To understand gods and realms or realities, we have to understand gold God, the grid of life design. Everything good or bad that happens to us in our lives is associated with a sacred geometrical shape. Your astral body is called aster. It's called a star. You are a star. You are a geometrical shape. And these shapes shift within you and outside of yourself. So let's talk about one of the shapes of God, and that is fire, and it is the number 4, and it is the tetrahedron, it is the triangle. It forms the eye of the dragon, and this eye of the dragon is known as a threat. And it's kind of like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, where the reptilian wicked witch pushed Dorothy to her heart chakra by being a threat to her. And so fire is associated with spirit and the crystallization of matter. Once you balance fire within you, you can attract other energies like fire and air. Fire and air creates a lot of power. So the fire is about a fire that ignites above our heads when we are twice born. We are the crown of creation, but we have to awaken and become conscious. So being born again or twice born or birthing our double self is a natural process, like an embryo that doubles. And this doubling looks like a tetrahedron or an apple. And this tetrahedron actually forms a vesica Pisces. This is the eye of the needle. And when we balance this tetrahedron, we become twice born. And then our other self is born in higher places. Now let's talk about the different levels of reality and how they're associated with spirits. In the Bible, it says there are 7 spirits of God, but there are many spirits of God. And each spirit is associated with an energy. Like love is connected to the seraphim, and harmony is connected to the cherubim. And your will is connected to thrones. These are all angels and energies of God that changes your geometrical shape within you and outside of yourself and helps you to grow your soul. Now your soul will double and triple and quadruple like an embryo. And every time you grow larger, like on the clock, you learn something new. You heal and become powerful. Your mind becomes more activated and awoken, and you become more of a collective consciousness. You might become an oracle. You might become walking on water, raising the dead. You become as powerful as Christ. Now, Christ is the Vesica Piscis, and what we have to understand is when we are out of balance, like the 3 crosses in the Bible, the left is Lucifer. Lucifer was the morning star. Lucifer is all about spirit and hates the physical body, hates it. And then Satan is the material world, all about materialism, all about the physical reality, and hates spirit. Christ is the merging of both male and female, flesh and spirit, balanced like a tetrahedron in the center, which is why Christ is associated with the number 12. Jesus left the Bible at 12 years old and didn't come back until he was 30, and he had 12 disciples, and these are all reflections of not only a sacred geometrical shape, but a learning process within our lives. But let's look at where you are in your life. So this is called scrying, and we're going to look at you and see where you are. So according to this reading, you are trying to find the eye of the needle, but you are losing power out of your temple, which is your mind. You don't realize that what you think about will attract negative energies. Like we have to seek first the kingdom of God or higher realms in order to not leak power. So our 7 chakras are actually points of drainage until we awaken and we seal these 7 chakras through the 7 spirits of God, and we begin to ignite them and make them powerful. right? So you're holding the number 5, and your throat chakra is opening. So the 5th chakra is your throat. And the Christ is at 9 o'clock next to you, not centered. So you're a little out of balance, and you're a little out of balance with male and female. Now you're holding the apple, which is the tetrahedron. And this is you kind of trying to find your balance, but you need the voice to do it. So there's going to be a time in your life when you realize how powerful your mind is, and that you have the ability to connect your mind to higher realms and allow the higher realms or these spirits to speak through your throat, so that you aren't you. You are half flesh, half spirit, and spirit has the ability to speak through you. And this is what you're being asked to do at this time. There is a white feather over your solar plexus, and this is about you writing or using the voice or the mind of spirit to write or even create something that you can share with the world about the voice of what spirit is saying through you. You're going to want to use some sort of medium where you can begin to allow spirit to work through your mind, your body, your feet, your hands, your mouth, your voice. I meant to mention that there are many gods associated with fire and the number 4. It depends on which culture you are studying from. And I don't think the name matters. What matters is the energy that it holds, it beholds, and it helps to promote a human into their adept self and to be born again or rebirthed in order to not forsake their divine destiny. So the number 5 is associated with balance, love, and man. And the number 5 is connected to the 5 Platonic solids and sacred geometry. It's also connected with Mercury, freedom, change, curiosity. And it's connected to the 5 elements, and that is spirit, air, fire, earth, and water. Notice that the number 5, where you are on the star, is actually the element of air, right? So when you get into the number 5, you're going to get into Platonic solids and these different gods. Like the number 5 is associated with Ishtar. She has 5 faces. It's associated with love, but it's not love the way you think in the physical world. Oh, I love you. Oh, it's not that at all. It's about being reborn, like the apple, the tetrahedron that you're holding in your hand. It's about balancing the male and female with you so that you become the original Adam and Eve, which was a dragon, which is the fire energy. And you are in a seated position, so you are on a book and you are learning. You have the snake on your knee. This is the Kundalini awakening within you. And so all of these explanations of the number 5 for you isn't about what you read about. It's really about you becoming not you anymore. So you die of who you thought you were. You die before you die. And you go through that eye of the needle, which is going through the nothing. And then you rebirth and you become half flesh, half spirit. So when you speak, it's not just you speaking, it's spirit speaking. And you begin to hear a divine order of God and you follow it. And you begin to understand. And so you're going to study a lot. The drainage that I see coming out of your temple is spirit telling you to watch your thoughts. Seek first the kingdom of God. This is energies from higher realms, not from the material world. Don't focus on the material world. Focus on spirit at this time, because you're going through a divine marriage and a divine union of Christ consciousness and the male and the female flesh and spirit within you, the tetrahedron, the 0 point energy. You may even be asked to begin teaching at this time in order to practice allowing spirit to speak through your throat. Everything is about balance for you.